Because I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter.
I'm Floyd Mayweather. With all the tools that Terence Crawford has, I will pick Terence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sports analyst Max Kellerman breaks down why a showdown between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would be a dream fight worth every bit of attention. He calls Crawford the most complete and undisputed fighter of today, while also recognizing Mayweather's reign as one of the greatest defensive tacticians the sport has ever seen. In his prime, Mayweather's precision and defensive genius made him virtually untouchable, frustrating opponents who could barely land clean shots. On the other side, Crawford's versatility, timing, and ability to adjust mid-fight have made him the dominant figure of this generation. Kellerman points out that Crawford has already proven he belongs at the very top of boxing's hierarchy, and his style could pose real questions even for someone as legendary as Mayweather. To Kellerman, this hypothetical matchup isn't just about who would win, it represents the clash of two golden eras, Mayweather's flawless defense against Crawford's dynamic offense. It's the type of fight that would define boxing history and live in the memory of fans for decades.
Best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
I don't. Because Terence Crawford got more to bring. He got more to bring to the table.
He's a great
Floyd
fighter.
Mayweather got the little shoulder roll. I get it. Controls distance. But Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that. In the Sam Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
Former world champion Sean Porter weighs in on the non-stop debates linking Terence Crawford to Floyd Mayweather, noting that the conversations often distract from appreciating each fighter's individual greatness. He explains that when fans are asked who would win, the instinct is to lean toward Mayweather, largely because his legacy as an undefeated icon is already cemented in boxing history. Porter makes it clear, though, that this automatic response doesn't truly measure Crawford's value. Mayweather, in his eyes, is the trailblazer, the original standard-bearer who redefined what dominance in the ring could look like. That status makes him the OG, the fighter everyone else is inevitably compared to. At the same time, Porter stresses that Crawford's record and achievements are impossible to dismiss. He's carved out his own legacy and proven that he stands among the elite. For Porter, it's important to remember that these two men represent different timelines. Both mastered their craft in their own eras, and both deserve recognition without one overshadowing the other.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ and
But
that
the
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody got
somewhere.
a pioneer, right? Yeah, you gotta.
There's an
yeah.
OG you can't out-figure out
Yeah,
somewhere. And I
yeah.
just believe Floyd is that
is
OG
the one.
you can't out-figure out.
Terence Crawford has spoken directly about the constant comparisons, offering a response that's both respectful and confident. He openly acknowledges that Floyd Mayweather was the defining fighter of his time, a man who not only remained undefeated but reshaped the sport with his unmatched dominance. But Crawford doesn't stop there. He makes it equally clear that this current era belongs to him. In his view, he's the one now setting the standard, raising the bar for what it means to be a champion in today's boxing landscape. Crawford's stance reflects a maturity that goes beyond the ring. He's not caught up in fantasy debates about who would beat who, because to him, greatness isn't about cross-era scorekeeping. Instead, it's about recognizing the best of each generation and giving credit where it's due. That balance of humility and self-belief is a big reason why Crawford commands respect, not only as a fighter at the top of his game, but also as a sharp voice within the sport itself.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Terence Crawford has been clear and unwavering. Facing Floyd Mayweather is not on his agenda. While fans might enjoy imagining that matchup, Crawford himself has dismissed the idea, saying he has no interest in chasing Floyd or trying to build his name off a retired legend. Instead, his attention is firmly on his own journey. He's focused on closing out his career the right way, on his terms, with his own goals in mind. That perspective highlights a level of maturity rarely seen in the fight game. Rather than chasing ghosts of the past, he's choosing to carve out his own lane. Crawford understands that true legacy isn't about trying to undo another man's greatness. It's about proving your own, and then stepping away with dignity once your work is complete. That mindset is what sets him apart, not just as a champion inside the ring, but as a fighter determined to finish his story with clarity and purpose.
You thought about going for 51-0, beating Mayweather's record with 50-0. Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence.
Terence Crawford often points to Canelo Alvarez's perspective as especially meaningful in the ongoing debate. Canelo is one of the rare fighters who has shared the ring with both Mayweather and Crawford, giving his opinion a level of authority most others can't claim. When Canelo says Crawford is the better fighter, those words carry serious weight, because they come from first-hand experience against two of the sport's most dominant champions. Yet Crawford doesn't use that endorsement as a way to dismiss Mayweather. Instead, he maintains a measured tone, reminding fans that Floyd was the king of his own era, and no one can take that away. Now, Crawford argues, it's his moment to be recognized as the fighter setting the bar for greatness in today's generation. That blend, Canelo's honest assessment and Crawford's humility, shows that boxing's legacy isn't built only on comparisons. It also thrives on the respect fighters show across eras. For Crawford, acknowledging Mayweather's past while embracing his own present is what makes the conversation about greatness richer, not divisive.
One where he felt like he was at the best, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know, I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, in his era. And I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
One thing that I thought was really interesting about the fight, I always love watching you switch stances as effortlessly as you do. You didn't do that a lot in this fight. You didn't have to. Were you expecting not to have to?
No, I felt like I could have, but why do something when something else is working?
Terence Crawford reinforces his stance by going out of his way to call Floyd Mayweather what he truly is, a legend. In Crawford's view, there's no real need to keep forcing comparisons, because Mayweather's place in history is already untouchable. His era has been written, sealed, and defined by dominance. Crawford, meanwhile, is focused on shaping his own chapter in the sport. He isn't interested in constructing a rivalry with someone who has already stepped away. Instead, his mission is to build a legacy that stands on its own, one marked not by chasing shadows of the past, but by creating a new standard for what greatness looks like today. By framing the conversation this way, Crawford not only shuts down endless debates but also broadens the way fans think about boxing history. He reminds people that the sport doesn't have to be about crowning just one supreme figure. It can honor multiple versions of greatness, each unique to its own time. And in that perspective, both Mayweather and Crawford rise even higher.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope. Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but
right.
When Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. No.
and 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta
Can't I
Davis.
beat your
Okay, that's a no.